It's like low latency. It's not automatic. So that's not bad actually. Let's make it fun. Let's actually look at some basket case. Let's put some content in the chat. You know, there are probably people that are in the streetwear. Let's talk about the cutting edge of streetwear right now. If you've heard about basket case, how do you feel about it? If you've never heard of it, thank me later. So this is their channel. Basket Case is a streetwear label. I actually just went to their hidden pop-up in Brooklyn last Saturday. It was pretty cool. I didn't have any money, so I basically traded a piece of my art directly to the owner, Zach. He's amazing creative. Yeah, what's up? Did she send a new email? Yeah, I'll check it in a minute. It was a good event. You could basically bring a piece of clothing, and they would give you a ticket. And they had maybe 3 to 5 screens set up, and you could pick any of the 1 to 5 screens that Basket Case has set up at the gallery, and you could basically get a custom piece of Basket Case clothing. So I'll show you what that looks like. People had some pretty cool ideas. I saw a chick bring a kimono. Someone gave up their Montclair, which was pretty cool and bold. I'm not gonna lie, it came out though. For those of us that are unfamiliar, also let me post Basket Case here in the chat really quick. Okay, so that's their channel. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll stand up. This is like their most famous logo. It's just kind of an overman. The word Basket Case with the T for basket on the same line as the next word. So, I thought it was pretty clever logo design in that. It kind of illustrates the crazy in the name or the label, just kind of through the text or the font. They kind of break the T on basket so you can, as a kind of way to illustrate, basically being a nut job, just through the text of the name of the brand. Pretty clever design. Shout out to Zach. Dope label. If you're into things like, I don't know, let's say like maybe a Pleasures, pretty mainstream at this point. I saw a Pleasures billboard in Williamsburg. Those billboards, they're easily $500,000 to $1 million. It's the premier area in Brooklyn. It's basically Manhattan. And $500,000 to $1 million is probably underselling it. Because if you're at the point where you can afford a billboard in Williamsburg, no surprise with Pleasures, you're probably not doing bad. But Basket Case is probably like a cooler, underrated cousin to Pleasures. In that they have the same DNA, or at least the owners do. Very punk influence and focus. They just kind of so happen to do streetwear. everyone knows Pleasures is heavily Nirvana influence. That's kind of illustrated here. I don't know if you guys can see this Pleasures face mask. Pleasures is pretty. It's pretty mainstream at this point. It's just kind of like, I guess you could say it cool with Supreme. Enough people know about Pleasures. And, I would even say maybe something like a Half Evil is more low key than Pleasures, but also mainstream now. Basket Case is, in my opinion, cooler and more low key than both those brands, all three. Supreme doesn't count because, once you do a collaboration with Louis Vuitton and you have snot-nosed kids, running around in your store, kind of grabbing that shit with, mucus on their fingers, so it's more or less a wrap. For your streetwear label, not saying Supreme is, a bad label. They're certainly, we'll just call them godfathers as far as the streetwear niche is concerned. Kind of right up there with Stussy and the Bay of the Navy. But when a certain crowd inevitably kind of, gets a hold of a brand, and I lose interest. It's kind of speaking for me. There's still staple Supreme, pieces, grails that are, obviously, we'll just call them must-haves if you're a fishing model or take, this serious in any type of way. Everyone, the first thing that comes to mind is the Kate Moss and the Kermit collabs. So it's not that Supreme isn't necessarily cool anymore. I don't want to be that hipster. Oh, it's mainstream now. It's dumb. Still really high quality clothing. Kind of made their mark in the scene, for the scene. You could argue that a lot of smaller labels probably wouldn't even be able to exist if it wasn't for Supreme. They certainly bridged the gap between streetwear and high fashion, and just kind of kicked that door down for designers, consumers, and fans that were only in that world. So if you were just a skate kid or a hype beast, once upon a time, you had no connection to a Philip Lim or Balenciaga or Louis Vuitton. Now they're mixing. The high fashion world is they have their eyes on streetwear. So shout out to Supreme. But yeah, dope streetwear level, dope streetwear label. I said level. If you want to level up, flex on other people that are into streetwear. That's really all streetwear is about. That's kind of at the core of the culture, the flex or the bevel good. It's why people camp out. It's why things are limited. It's as similar, as maybe two rappers, in the freestyle battle. Streetwear is about, my outfit is a lot cooler. So if you want to flex on everyone else, that might be wearing just Supreme and Pleasures, go ahead and you can mix some Basket Case in there. Again, that's the link to their channel in the chat. Check them out. Shout out to Zach. It was a dope event. It was probably about 300 to 400 people total. Apparently, also now there is an APC store in Williamsburg as well. Kind of walked past it on the way to the event, so that's kind of dope. If you know what Supreme Pleasures certainly basket cases. You've probably heard of ABC. Probably my favorite Swedish designers. It's kind of in the middle between maybe what some people would call high-end streetwear, similar to like an Acne or like a Polo. I don't know why I'm saying Polo in the closet, but I feel like that's how most people that are maybe not super into clothes would identify and like peg ABC. It's kind of in that same. It's kind of in that same realm. Part of the Soho crowd. Check them out too. Quiet, clean, minimal. Good shit. Actually, we'll post some APC in the chat next. Just give me a second here. Wait, I don't want to do that. Actually, I can't do that. I'll probably do some weird shit. But yeah, I don't know, like, for the sake of like interaction, even assuming, there's some interaction here in this chat. I guess what would be you guys like favorite streetwear labels, up and coming and already established? For me, as far as like established, it's definitely Pleasures, for sure. You still you still don't see it that much. They had a really cool collab with Crocs. I want to say maybe like 2-3 years ago. They had like the skeleton. They had like the exoskeleton like on top of the Crocs. That was really cool. Crocs is somehow a thing now. I don't care that Pleasures collab with Crocs. I still don't rock with Crocs heavy like that. I guess the chunky sneaker just kind of broke in bulky footwear in general. I guess as far as like, what I'm wearing currently, this basket case, button down. It's the Drifters or the tabby toe or ninja foot Nikes. Also getting decently popular, but like I think people are still afraid to wear tabby toes, and there's an aesthetic gate on tabby toes too, which I really, really like. So I don't want people riding my dick wearing the same. If that sounds pretentious, oh well. I don't want to wear the same shit as somebody else. And what I mean by aesthetic gate, on tabby toes is you have to have a certain frame, mainly thin and tall, to make tabby toes look really good. There was actually a chick at the basket case gallery. She was working the basket case gallery. Apparently, she's like a marketing director for Essence or Sense. If you watch other streetwear guys here on YouTube, you know exactly what Essence or Sense is, especially if they're a fan of Grundy gang. Shout out to Grundy. He's always pushing Essence, but Essence is, they kind of like the go-to website for like high fashion shit that none of us can afford. And she had on the Margiela tabby toes, but she was also tall. Works at Essence, literally. Also just the fact that there's an aesthetic gate on tabby toes is something that appeals to me, because again, I don't really want a bunch of people dressing or looking the same. That's just, we can just call it like we see it, tabby toes. It's not meant to be offensive, but if you're a certain weight, you're not going to be able to pull up tabby toes. I could be wrong, of course. Feel free to send me fit pics, prove me wrong, but I just feel like tabby toes really they play up a certain aesthetic, which I just so happen to fit really well, which is, maybe just kind of the type that you would see kind of waltzing down the runway, tall, skinny, turns invisible and then turns sideways type of shit. Listen up, we definitely didn't get an email. Okay, let's do this because this is very possible, guys. Yeah, no email. So. I guess we could talk about crypto. It seems like Bitcoin is back on the up and up. I would say so. It's kind of pulling out of, that 19, 20K range that it was stuck in. The shorts were eating. I still don't know if I would go long. It seems risky. But, if you're using a broker, it doesn't really matter anyway. You're not taking that much of a risk, unless your broker is Webull. You're using some leverage. I don't even know if you can use leverage in crypto on Webull. Webull probably is the only broker that lets you use leverage, but I don't know if it's regulated to just the stock market. And, you have to have around 2K. If you're in an exchange, you're a smarter trader anyway. And you can play both sides of the market, both short and long. And you're sailing for leverage. Assuming a non-risk averse, reckless nut like me is the sky's the limit. But if you're on Robinhood or Coinbase, you're probably only going long anyway. It looks like it's going to turn around, go back up to 30K. So if you got in at like 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, you're not doing bad right now. If you're in an exchange, you got in, around those same prices, 19, 20, 21, 24. You're playing with like 10, 50x, 100x. Must be nice. And I think we're headed back to maybe at least 30K before the Wells and the really rich people start pulling hat tricks again, because they don't really want anybody else to make money except them. To that point, I think I'm interviewing with Jordan Belfort tomorrow. Not actually Jordan Belfort. We've all seen Wolf on Wall Street. interviewing with an equities firm, so best case scenario, that goes well. These videos will get better. You guys will see a lot more basket case members, and maybe even some Margiela tabby toes. I guess my main question and point, to the viewers would be, in crypto land, outside of Bitcoin, what is everyone betting? No, that's the wrong. Are you guys heavy on alts? Are there hidden alts in your opinion that might, 2000x within the next 5 to 6 months? What are you guys looking at and playing? Curious. I think if you're trading crypto, kind of daily on an exchange, like, I do think, well, I'm not going to talk about personal strategy yet, or how to make a ton of money, because I'm not going to give that information away for free. Right at the start of my channel, that would be ridiculous. I'll just say good luck. We'll save this. Not sure. You know what? Let's do tarot for 1 or 2 viewers, myself included. I don't really like to do the love shit or like this because the energy is so karmic nowadays. Tons of planets in retrograde. My generation is filled with fuckboys and fuckgirls in general. Everyone's just a piece of shit as far as dating goes. I don't really like to, respectfully, I don't really like to push that energy on my channel. There are tons of readers on YouTube that, kind of focus on relationships, even exclusively karmic. So, we're going to get to the good stuff. We're going to look into the money. That way, whatever relationships or persons you're concerned about, assuming, your resources are intact and you're taking care of yourself, you can make these things last. So, as far as my channel goes, tarot probably less, unless someone asks, for a reading, have a specific question. We're going to look into career. Shout out to all the fellow Earth signs. Capricorn. So obviously money's on the brain. And it looks like it's coming towards us, at a decently fast pace. We have the Chariot here, fastest moving energy in the deck. Also Cancer, but let's shuffle, let's pop out 3, then let's move on. Oh, just saw the 9 of Pentacles. You like it? Just saw the 9 of Pentacles again. It doesn't want to pop out. Really good sign. We're not going to take any reversals here. The deck is, kind of all twisted around. Now, theoretically, this is a reversal that you would want to take. 4 of Cups. This is sour grapes, rejection cards. So I don't know. Four Cups with regards to career isn't a bad card. It just kind of says you know your worth. You're not just willing to take any, but by that same token, it also could be, you may or may not be being too thick. Pisces, I think. Yeah, Pisces. Let's get another one. Well, I mean, shit, as far as career and money goes, it looks like we're hitting the jackpot really soon. Ten of Pentacles. It literally doesn't get any better than that as far as money is concerned. I would expound on it, but again, tarot is it's very deep, complicated, and I don't want to go too crazy. Content-wise, at the beginning, when I'm basically more or less, kind of reading for myself. But right next to the Four of Cups, this is an interesting imagery. This is either, sticking it out, and waiting, for this offer to come in. This is just kind of, I know what I'm actually worth and I'm going to get it. Or this is like, you potentially. I just don't see how anyone would turn down a Ten of Pentacles situation. So I don't want to say like, you might overlook it because it just feels impossible theoretically to overlook your dream job. Which is the mirror version, of what this energy might be implying, because it's implying two things, right? Everything in tarot. Ten of Pentacles is also Virgo, so Cancer and Virgo out on the board. Let's continue. Ooh, okay, so now this makes sense. If it's the job everybody wants, you gonna have to fight for it. It's a lot of competition. It's competitive. We have the Five of Wands out here. It's a healthy competition card. Leo. So, not bad. The overall really good spread for career. We got the Six of Swords at the beginning. We have the King of Pentacles here at the back. So, to say, we're traveling towards abundance, let's just go ahead and state the obvious. We are becoming that Wolf on Wall Street. I don't like to lie, when I'm doing spreads, but it looks like today I don't have to. Not that I would, whatever comes out, and I kind of tell the truth. If the Tower and the Ten of Swords pops out, I'm not gonna necessarily soften the blow. Kind of got to call it like you see it. But today we got really good cards. The only thing that's sus, if you want to call it that, again, it depends on how you read the energy. Here is like the Four of Cups. In a career situation, it doesn't really necessarily look sus to me. Again, this mini spread, but taking a look at the whole spread, this kind of just looks like someone holding out, and waiting to get what, they actually work. And if you're of that mindset, obviously there are other people that are of that mindset and as skilled or more skilled than you. So you're also gonna have to put your mouthpiece on. But it looks like it works because we have the Ten of Pentacles in the middle. Out on the board as far as zodiac signs, Pisces, Virgo, Leo. We're in Leo season right now, so it's a good sign. Leo is also my MC of Midhaven. It's just the highest point in the sky when you're born. I encourage everybody to look up their MC and find out what their Midhaven is, just so you can kind of, I don't want to say it's the flip side to your destiny or your North Node. Kind of your MC and your North Node are kind of one and the same. But look up your MC for your own sake. You can do that by just figuring out your birth chart. There are tons of websites that do it for you. You can just type in birth chart. You'll either probably end up on Astro Dentist or Astro Charts. Aquarius, or divinely guided travel. In this case, just kind of God maybe nudging you in the right direction as far as career. And you have the King of Pentacles in the back. Ooh, right behind it, the Ten of Cups. I usually don't show the extra cards, but Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Cups. Not bad at all. This career or job or this direction that we're headed in with regards to career is going to turn us into this guy. We're not doing bad at all. Please get the money. So that's more or less it. Did a little bit of streetwear, a little bit of crypto, a little bit of tarot. If you want to see really dope art from a young master, humbly, I don't suck at all. You can check out my Instagram. I can confidently say that. Always a pencil in my ear. If I consider myself a magician, this is certainly my wand. But yeah, I just sold, I think, my most popular piece. I want to say maybe like 3-4 weeks ago. Just kind of randomly in the bar at like 2 a.m. I just kind of had the frame. One of these finance, Jordan Belfort types just kind of approached me and was just like, bro, I need it. It's fire, it's dope. Take it off your hands now. His wife was just kind of like, what are you doing? We need to buy furniture. It's just like, bro, name your price. I kind of do a numb bad on Cash App me on the spot. I sold it. But again, I don't, you don't want to toot your own horn too much, but like, you do reach a point. I think skill and capability wise, where it is. So I think as far as my art is concerned, it speaks for itself. And that's something that I can absolutely confidently say at 100,000%. It's also going to get better. But that's more or less it. I'll probably upload this. I'll probably actually upload this video since I did a bunch of, kind of talking to the camera. Peace.